So now to a story that might surprise you. A Democratic congressman urging his party to find areas where it can work with number 47. His new op-ed reads, "Let's try something different in how we deal with Trump." That New York Democrat is Tom Suozzi. Is with me now. And, sir, thank you for your time. Good morning to you. I don't know if you're a singular politician in a wilderness of others who disagree. Why'd you write the piece?
Because I love America, and I want people to work together to try and solve the problems that we face. And I think that most elected officials, Democrats and Republicans, want us to work together to actually secure the border, fix the immigration system, help with inflation, make our economy stronger, and just try to make people's lives generally better.
Wow. You going to vote for this reconciliation monster bill, Dan? Are you in on that?
Well, let's see what happens first. You know, what I think they should do is they should break out the immigration piece to secure the border, fix the asylum system, and deal with the Dreamers. And they can get a lot of Democratic support to get that done. I think the time is ripe for that. And then they can focus on the tax stuff that they want to do. So let's see what the details are. The bottom line is I've got a career of trying to work across party lines to get things done to try and help make my constituents' lives better. And I think that's what most politicians, again, want to do. It's just that everybody's been intimidated by the extremes, whether it's the far left or the far right. Everybody's pandering to their base instead of talking about how to make deals to get things done in the middle.
You're in a 50-50 district. Didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I mean, that's what your district is. Chuck Schumer was asked about the words you wrote on paper. Watch.
Do you agree with Congressman Suozzi that Democrats need a new approach toward President-elect Trump?
Well, look, I think it's clear that whenever we can get things done in a bipartisan way, we try to do it. I think we will be bipartisan when we can, but we also, when they're trying to do things, our Republican colleagues that are so bad for working people, will oppose them.
Okay, we'll see where that goes. You write, "I know many voters reject my party's significant leftward shift. So do I." That leftward shift cost you a lot of support from the American people. How do you correct it?
I think that, you know, the people that have actually gone to the far left extreme that say things like defund the police or the anarchy that we saw at the campuses or extreme positions, that's a small group of people. And the same as the Republicans have a small group of people that are extreme on their side. The problem is that most politicians haven't had the guts to stand up to those extremists on both sides because they're afraid they're going to lose a primary. That's what's killing our country. You know, John F. Kennedy wrote a book called Profiles in Courage after about 175 years of American history. There are only 8 people in that book. So it's not easy for people to stand up to members of their own party, but we have to start standing up to the extremists on both sides and start working together to get things done for the American people.
So here's where the rubber's going to meet the road, especially on immigration. Put the states up right now that apparently will oppose Trump's immigration agenda: California, Colorado, Illinois, New York, Washington State, the cities, you see them as well, Boston, Chicago, New York City. I want to go back to your piece. Say 10 years ago, every word that Trump ever spoken has been criticized, yet he won again. Last comment.
I think that Democrats would make a big mistake to oppose the idea of securing the border and deporting criminals. We should embrace that idea of securing the border and deporting criminals. And we should hold the president to his word where he said he wants to make a deal on the Dreamers to try and give these folks a decent life in the future here in America.
Tom Suozzi, come on back, okay? The Democrat from New York. We'll see whether or not you're a voice of one or whether or not you can attract others. Thanks for coming on. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.